connecting very well. Sorry. But this YouTube is doing great. So aloha, aloha, welcome. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I'm really, really excited for all of you who are joining on this podcast, webinar, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, because I have a lot, each and every one of you who are wanting to pursue the entertainment industry. A network, also a network of musicians, singers, songwriters, models, actors, people who want to create videos and be able to put that up for themselves, people who want to become a YouTube star, people who want to act in the upcoming and new film industry here in Hawaii, into the bigger markets like LA, New York, what have you. And then beyond the national markets, the international. If you folks kind of know my background, you know that my name is Mailani, you know that I've come from a few bands, Keahi Vai being a really strong start for myself. I was only 18 years old when we just started that. I actually started as a backup vocalist when I was 16 years old, reggae group called Soul Free, a collaborative group called Mighty J in my late 20s. And then I became a solo artist as a Hawaiian musician and entertainer as Mailani. And I've been doing that since 2009 to now. In 1 year, so a year ago, I created the Mailani Hawaii Mentorship to help students, to help youth, to help people who, I mean, even if you're older than the age of 18, so we call that term legal. So even if you're legal and you're looking for ways to express yourself in the entertainment industry, I created this mentorship to help break free, to help talent connect with people here locally, to connect with industry insiders, more than just music. And I love it because I'm helping people more than myself. I love it because the time that myself and my team sacrifice for our students, for this program, has really paid off. And I'm going to go over the success stories of some of my students later on in this webinar. And I do have a special guest. Her name is Carissa Shinazawa. She's going to be joining us to kind of share her own story. So you'll be hearing from her own mana'o and her own ano of how she's grown in this mentorship in just a year alone. Okay, so first off, this mentorship. I created this mentorship because I saw a lot of kids having this opportunity of using social media in a ways that benefit themselves. But at the same time, people can learn in a very, this entertainment industry is full of characters, Hawaii, be it in the United States, other parts of the world, internationally. Falls in terms of people who are greedy that you're going to end up running to, are skewed to either benefit you or work against you. Characters in that there's a lot of sexual harassment. Characters in that there's a lot of illegal activities going on where young kids are being lured into this business and they're not being vetted, like these contacts are not being vetted properly by the parent. The entertainment industry is very seductive. Going to LA and the Walk of Fame is very seductive. Yes, it's very, very possible. It's not just a fantasy because we see it happen for many people, especially from home and here in Hawaii. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you work with people in a safe environment, and in an environment that's not compromising your child's virtues. And so that's another reason why I created this mentorship. Another reason why is because I made a lot of mistakes. I learned the hard way, and I have over 23 years of experience, and I want to use my experience, and be it my mistakes, be it me learning the hard way and the long way. And I really want to give that advantage and edge to students that qualify for this mentorship. Third, is that the third reason why? Fourth reason why? Fourth reason why is because my own friendships that are beyond the reef. And it's really, really exciting having met people like Pat Addis, Roxanne, Messina Captor, Roxanne, I'm sorry, um, Tanya Kleckner. She's an agent that's signed some of my students. And so a lot of great people and see and do beyond just my career alone. I've been able to do that with other people, and it's very fulfilling, and I have a lot of fun with it. Another reason why is because my husband, Cody Matsuda of CM Digital Media Hawaii, so we're combining forces together also with my manager, Kau'i Deliri. So this entire team that we've come up with and have created together, this mentorship that's come about, it's been so fun for each and every one of us because we all have our own areas of expertise. We all have our own stories. We all have our own journeys, our own years or months or weeks of mistakes, our own years or months and weeks of relationships that were good relationships, and relationships that maybe not, they didn't serve us in the best way. And so for those many reasons, that's why I created this mentorship, and I'm going to be here for a lifetime. I don't see myself quitting anytime soon, just like I don't see myself quitting the music industry anytime soon, or creating live events. We created a live event called Olakaha over at Iolani Palace. It successfully ran well for 3 years. So we do a lot of things in the Hawaiian culture scene as well, with hula, music, storytelling, speaking. Another reason why it's really great right now to come into this mentorship, if you're looking to be a musician, if you're looking to be a model, if you're looking into acting, is the fact that social media has been able to leverage so much for us as a society. We're able to connect with people easier, a little bit easier than ever before. And people are able to gain their followings, and agencies care about those kinds of things. Casting directors, they care about how well vetted you are, how well groomed you are, how prepared you are for the type of work that you'd be auditioning for. And so it's very exciting because in Hawaii, there's more films that come here every single year, more than ever before. It's very exciting because you no longer have to look typical, like the typical format that films were kind of demanding. You know, you don't have to be this size. You don't have to be anymore, because diversity is so huge. I had mentioned 2/3 of the world's population is Asian. And so the film industry, the modeling industry, the acting industry, they're looking much look. Okay. And so in the meantime, just pipe dreams and that they're so far away. Not true. You can touch these types of dreams that are so much closer to us that we're not up in the 80s. I mean, that's going to be a pipe dream. That was the standard and norm for Hollywood. And then in the 90s, it started to go into the Native African American. So if you looked that black, white, it started to, you know, we had the Cosby Show, we had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we had different ways of seeing diversity slowly start to pour into the multifaceted industry that we now know of. Now we have comics, comedians. I mean, what's his name? Ansari. What's his name from Netflix? Aziz Ansari. And so the Indian look is super, super in. There's so many more films that are like Indian based and focused than ever before. And so diversity is huge. And that's basically what I wanted to get out of the way first. All right. Now, going into this field, now I'm going to talk to the people who are focused on acting, because this mentorship is now music, acting, and modeling. Okay, I'm expanding. For 1 year, I did music, and we did very well. I'm going to share some success stories in a bit. But for people who are only considering one thing, I just want to let you know that you're living in a playground right now. It's a playground because you can do more than just one thing. You don't have to only focus on one thing anymore. You can be a triple threat. You can be an actor, a dancer, and a singer. And then a quadruple threat. You can be also a musician. Okay, so I'm going to go over and show you some slides now. Facebook, Instagram Live. Sorry, guys. You might want to click on that link that I had provided for you because you're going to miss out on these slides. Sorry. But in the meantime, if you're going to just watch, I'm going to read off these things anyways. But real fast, I want to say aloha to everybody who's joining. Hey, aloha. What's up? What's up? Wake, pray, slay. Hey, yoga dude. Thank you for joining. Aloha makamai. Ooh. 44 Athena. What's up, guys? It's B Sky. Hi, guys. Master, aloha. And I'm going to go here really fast on the Facebook. Aloha, Sherry. Aloha, Elsie. Hi, guys. Thanks so much. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the slides. Thank you, guys, everyone who's joining us here on the webinar. Aloha here at the Google Hangouts. Okay. So I'm going to go over this talent guide. Okay. Now, in this mentorship, we learn a lot of things. Okay. I teach IP. IP stands for intellectual property. Now, I want to give to you a great example of how IP should be protected and how when you fail to protect something like your name and somebody ends up owning your name, yes, it can happen, and it's happening. It's happened. Here's an example of someone who started off as a teenager, had huge success on American Idol. We all know her. She came out of the island of Maui, Lahaina. Her family owned the IHOP there. Lahaina, yeah? Lahaina? I think Lahaina, or maybe IHOP in the Maui Mall. But her name was or is Camille Velasco. Okay? Talented singer, talented performer, beautiful girl. And when she came out of that American Idol scene, what do we know her as now? We know her as Ellie Mack, which was really brilliant how she kind of changed her name. She changed her name to, she just took her name Camille and she went backwards, Ellie Mack. And she changed her look. She went fully into the roots scene, roots rock reggae scene. And she's been doing a lot of reggae festivals throughout the States, throughout the islands, Guam. I mean, she's pretty big. But she can no longer use her birth name professionally anymore. Okay? This happens in the music industry. This happens in any kind of industry if you don't really know how to read your contract thoroughly. And if you don't have somebody there protecting you, protecting your rights. Quick story. My name, Mailani Makainai. Somebody had owned MailaniMakainai.com for years. And they wanted to sell it to me for $5,300. Can you believe that? And here I am as a Hawaiian, like, hey, this is my birth name. I mean, I'm Mailani Makainai. How can you own MailaniMakainai.com? But this is the type of age and realm that we're living in right now, guys. And so I let it ride. I let it slide. You know, I just waited it out for a bunch of years. And thankfully, it went back up on the market. Mahalo nui to Keli'i Blaisdell, a Ken, who saw how to get my name back. He called us the next day and he had Cody go and purchase my domain name. So today, thank you, God, 2017, all the way like 11th hour. It's right before we go into the new year, I owned MailaniMakainai.com. But could you imagine if I like hit it big, or I like started selling this new line of pants, or this new line of bags, or new eyelashes, or just, could you imagine if I was worth $1 million? And, you know, that's my goal one day, so that I can give more. I want to make more so I can give more. But could you imagine I would become this person, and then that name, that MailaniMakainai.com, is not up for grabs, because at that point in time of my fame, or of that point in time of my value, it would be astronomical just to buy back my domain name. Okay, so we teach a lot of IP, not only about your name, not only about the thoroughly reading of contracts, but also the rights to your music, the rights to your designs and creations. Okay? Intellectual property is huge. Having a lawyer is a very big and important thing. I mean, in the Hawaiian and hula world, we're seeing this happen, where a kumu hula has a sensei in a different country, And the sensei wants to leave the halal and register this halal name that's birth given to this kumu under this sensei in a different part of the world. So that's international trademark infringement. But you got to have the trademark there. Okay? So these are things that we're dealing with as a society every single day. Intellectual property is huge. You could hire a lawyer. Your retainer would be starting out at $5,000 if you were to hire the top lawyer here in Hawaii. Okay, we've got two of them. I love them both. Bill Meyer and Mark Bernstein. Okay, Mark Bernstein represented me as an artist for when I was an artist under the Mountain Apple Company. Okay, because that used to be my label. That was the first music label that released my Hawaiian music and released my self debut of Hawaiian music entitled Mailani. Okay, and then Bill Meyer, a personal friend. I was on the board of governors with him for HARA, the Hawaii Academy of Recording Arts. And so I had these two powerhouses of people who knew about protection, who knew about IP. And so we teach at least the basics of that. You know, someone like Ellie Mack, Camille Velasco, I'm not sure because I wasn't in the room when she had to sign away her name and things like that. But I think that things like that can be avoided for anyone who wants to try out for The Voice. For anyone who wants to go out to get a record label or with a national record label, excuse me, there's ways to protect your rights. And to me, as an artist and as an entrepreneur and as a mentor, you need to protect your name for all time because that's your name. But unfortunately, in the eyes of the law, if you're signing away your name, well, that's your fault because you didn't do your job. You didn't do your job. All right. End of story. Okay. So now going back to the screen. Sorry, I took the long way of saying, hey, I've got some screens for you. Excuse me. Screen 2, share. Okay. And so we provide a talent guide for all of our students because now I'm talking to the acting community. When you are attending auditions and castings, and to me, whether you've never acted in anything before, you know, you don't have to have been in theater. You don't have to have been in a commercial yet or a printed ad anywhere. I think it's good practice for you to find out what and where the castings are for what part, and do your due diligence by learning these parts and acting them out in different emotions. I mean, we teach this kind of stuff in this program, all right? And so, hey, there's ways of you learning how to act, okay? It seems like a given, doesn't it? But I can tell you the number of people that come out to Hollywood thinking that all they need to do to get a job as a waiter at some popular restaurant, meet an agent, get discovered, and then bam, it's nothing but champagne and caviar from there. But no, acting is first and foremost a craft, just like music, just like modeling, just like being a musician, just like being a songwriter. It's a craft, okay? Excuse me, where was I? The best of the Hollywood actors understand this, and no matter how far they've come into their careers, they are constantly looking to improve upon their craft. They take classes, they work with acting and dialogue coaches, with experiences. Very true, gang. I mean, this is why when an actor tries out for a role, aside from the makeup and trying to emulate that person, they can't do that unless they study life experiences. If people are doing a nonfiction, if they're doing based on a true story, if they're having to act and take on a character of someone who's very fit and thin, what do? They go out to the gym, they lift some weights, they lose their weight, et cetera, just like in the movie Castaway. Tom Hanks lost 52 pounds in 1 year just to get ready for that role after he had already shot the scenes where he was like of normal weight. Excuse me. And if they're taking on a character who's a little bit on the thick side, what do they have to do? Well, they have to stop working out and eat a bunch of ice cream and eat lots of fast food. I mean, they have to emulate that person. Okay. And actors, no matter how many millions of dollars they make, they still don't stop improving upon their craft. All right. So for you, it's imperative that you take a wide variety of acting classes and work in a wide variety of styles with as many different groups of people that you can find. Try it all, from Shakespeare to comedy, from improv to cinema. The more you know, the more well-rounded you'll be, and ultimately, the better prepared you'll be for whatever roles come your way. Training is not mandatory to start in acting. However, it is so important to hone and perfect your skills and craft as an actor. This is a profession, okay? Just like any other career, and you must study and train. If you want to be the best, I want to be the best. Do you want to be the best? Tell me you want to be the best, okay? I don't waste no time. I'm here to help you become better. Now, in this mentorship and program, we don't guarantee A's, okay? But I can guarantee that we'll get you to a B plus at least. I can guarantee that whatever you are, wherever level you are at, we'll get you to the next level, hands down. Hit your mark. One of the most important tips about film acting is hitting your mark. It can also be the hardest part to learn. Unless you're in a film that's being shot with a handheld camera that is following you around, you will need to learn this important skill. Before cameras begin to roll, your spot for the scene will be marked on the floor, usually in an X or T formation with some glaring piece of colored tape, etc., etc. Okay, now I'm giving away a lot of free information. Okay, this is information that I had to pay for myself. I've invested in over thousands of dollars, like you don't even want to know. So I'm giving away information to you guys right now, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because you need to know. You're on this webinar. I don't want to waste your time. Obviously, you're here because you're interested. You want to learn more. You want to see if you're going to take a chance on yourself. And I want you to take a chance on yourself this new year. Don't let another year go by without taking a further commitment on what it is that you really, really want for yourself. Headshots, okay? The actor's checklist, also musician's checklist, also model's checklist. You need one great photo or 4 looks for different markets and color. The 4 looks you'll need are as follows. Personality shot. The photo shows who you really, really are. Commercial shot. You should smile with teeth and wear bright, warm colors. No black. Film TV shot. Be realistic. Who could you play in the daytime or prime TV series or film? This can be edgy, funny, racy, goofy, or dramatic. Okay? But must be full of character and your personality. It's important to know where you fit in because that's how you get hired. Some examples include a compassionate doctor, tough lawyer, suburban mom, snotty teen, wealthy CEO, and brawny fireman. Theater shot, a serious headshot or 3/4 length. Okay. Now for the actors, you need at least those 4 looks. Okay. You need at least 4 because I just mentioned why. Okay. For those of you who are watching, if you just logged on, don't worry. This is going to be up for at least another 24 hours. Excuse me. Got a little cold. So don't worry. You can always just go back and rewind when we're done. Things to know. Natural hair, natural makeup. The headshot needs to look like you. Very, very true. I've done some work on some artists that wanted to do the glam. They hand in their glam headshot over to their agent or over to an agency that they're trying out for. And the agent and agency will say, okay, we need something more natural because you're not going to always look like this. Okay. Natural hair, natural makeup. The headshot needs to look like you. Kids need to look like kids. That's very, very true. Moms and dads, if you guys are watching, you have a young child that's not quite yet 15, 16. Please don't make your kids look older than they are. This is a very youthful business as well. Like the youth is cream of the crop. Of course, there's more opportunities for people who are my age and older, and especially kupuna age as well. But if you have a child, do not age them. It's a bad move. Another freebie for you, okay? Avoid wearing red, white, black, patterns, and logos. Choose a shirt that complements your skin tone and that brings out your eyes. You want to captivate your agent and casting directors when they see your headshot. Have your headshots printed by a professional headshot printing company. Also very, very important. I had mentioned last night, hey, maybe I'm sure we all have friends, uncles, aunties, or somebody that we know that owns a really good camera and that does photography. There's a professional photographer and videographer on my team. Okay, everybody sees him. He's right here. You want to come say hi? Got your headphones on. Okay, can you please like just fire away the names of the equipment you have, because I don't know what kind of cameras you have. You don't care. Okay, Cody says he says it doesn't matter. I don't know. I guess no one really cares, right? I think you guys are like me, like just take my picture, make me look good. I don't care what kind of gear you have. But we have top of the line equipment, top of the line software, and we make sure that every single artist, student artist that we have in the mentorship is shot in the most professional way, in the most age appropriate way, depending on your tone of skin, color of your skin, color of your hair, what you're wearing. That affects the background that you're being shot in front of. Okay. I mentioned before last night, hey, if you guys want to do a Costco headshot thing, be my guest. You guys want to go to Sears, be my guest. Or I don't know, wherever they have those headshot places you can go to these days. But in this mentorship, you will receive a state-of-the-art photo shoot, because you'll need that. You'll need it. It says it right there. And just trust me, you don't want to go all the way to LA or all the way to an agency, even locally, and not have your headshots. They're going to look at you like, what? Call me when you have one. Don't waste anybody's time that way, okay? Blah, blah, blah. Never show up to an audition without copies of your headshots. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Okay? It just shows how unprofessional and how green you are. Green meaning not ripe. Green meaning unaware. Green meaning kind of like, yeah, unaware. Unaware is a good term. I don't want to say ignorant. Unaware is better. Naive is even better. To the industry. Okay. Never show up to an audition without copies of your headshots, even if your agent submitted you electronically and you think the casting director already has yours. Do not. You do not want to be standing there without hard copies when they ask you for it. Show up to an audition looking like your headshot. That's right. Show up like you want the job and show up like you care. Okay. When you're taking your headshots, we also have a professional hairstylist, professional makeup artist. We've been working with Shadia Willis, who's had over 20 years in the industry of doing hair and makeup. She's worked with top lines. She currently is an associate over at Sephora, but she's worked with brands like MAC. She currently works with brands like Burberry, Dior, Chanel. So she works with all of the high-end brands, Lancome. I mean, you name it. I'm very, very happy with our working with her. We've been working with her for a year. She also stopped in to give a presentation to the students and talked about finding your own look, finding your branding your own style, et cetera, et cetera. And so we're very, very happy with her. And I hope she's happy with us too. Aloha, Shadia, if you're watching. Aloha, aloha. She's also the daughter of Kumuhula Ivalani Seo. So just love her so much. Okay. Sorry, something in my mouth. Okay. Kids should get headshots every 6 to 12 months. That's right. I tell everyone, even people who are not kids like me, like you should have your headshots taken twice a year. So every 6 months. It's just good practice. It's business. It's like standards. It's the norm of the business. If you're in this business, you should be getting your headshots done at least twice a year. Okay. The casting director requested you based off of the headshot that your agent sent them. Kids, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. 2 styles of headshots are necessary for film and television auditions. Commercial auditions, smiling bright, youthful, and fun. Theatrical film auditions, dramatic look, no smile, a little bit more tense. Okay. Headshots should not cost thousands of dollars. If a photographer quotes that price, then they are not in the industry of actors' headshots and therefore not the right photographer for the job. Headshots should cost between $150 to $500, depending on how many looks you're getting in that one session. That price does not include the printing. Okay, printing can be a little costly. It's really good to find a local printer, or you can go to Costco to print. I've done Walgreens. Oof, kind of expensive. Now that price there, $150 to $500. Again, that depends if you're doing only one look. Okay, I've had my own daughter. I've had her attend different talent camps. I've had her attend the Barbizons, the Celebrity Experience. I've had her go out to LA a couple of times already. And we've paid like $800 for a headshot, but that would cover 3 looks. Okay. And not only that, it also covered her hair and makeup. And that price point covered the 3 looks. So for me, As a parent, as a customer, I was very, very happy with that cost because of what that headshot was able to do for her as well. My daughter appeared in Hawaii Five-0. She appeared in the Maui Arts fashion show. So these headshots that I've had to submit to different people, different places, it's worked for her in that it's landed her work, paid work, paid work. And she's also qualified for the SAG Guild Network thing. Okay. All right. Next. Oh, your resume. Okay. Now, your resume is a very vital piece of your toolbox, vital piece of information, vital piece that you need in your portfolio. We all know what a resume is. I'm not going to go over that too much right now because we'll cover it in mentorship. Okay. Composite card, comp card. If you want to work in the commercial print, this is essential. Put 4 body shots on one side and a great headshot on the reverse side with all your stats: height, weight, hair color, eye color, dress, suit size, shoe size, glove size, hat size. This tool is more about your body image than about your acting ability. Okay. Again, that's a way to format your looks. That's a way to format your headshots. Demo reel. Your demo reel should be 1 to 2 minutes tops. It should show mini clips of your best work, as well as just moments where you look great or show your unique qualities. It all helps to sell you as a viable product. Remember, it's not just about acting. Clips should be real guest episodes, feature films, or indie student scenes, as long as it's professional looking. If you can hire a professional to write, produce, and shoot a scene that really shows your type, you'll work sooner. Okay. Talent booking agent. This is a person who finds jobs for the actors, authors, film directors, musicians, models, producers, professional athletes, writers, broadcast journalists, and other people in various entertainment or broadcast business. In addition, an agent defends, supports, and promotes the interests of his or her client. A talent agent must be familiar with their client. An agent has to know what kind of work the client can or cannot do, okay, in order to match them with the various jobs. Talent agencies specialize either by creating departments within the agency or developing entire agencies that primarily or wholly represent one specialty. For example, there are modeling agencies, commercial talent agencies, literary agencies, voiceover agencies, broadcast journalist agencies, sports, music, and many more. Okay, is not required. You do not have to have an agent, especially if you're just starting out. In fact, I'd advise to, if you're just like starting out and think for yourself just quite yet, I would advise to not do an agent just yet. And I'll explain when we get along in the mentorship. Okay. SAG, SAG. Wait a minute. I'm jumping ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, having an agent is not required, but it does help the artist in getting jobs. Yeah. That's the job of an agent. That's the job of a manager. We help get you jobs. We help get you opportunities. We help put you in front of the people who's going to make or break your career, make a difference in your career, impact the public, impact the communities that you're in. And it's also our job to help you get paid. Okay. In many cases, casting directors or other businesses go to talent agencies to find the artist that they're looking for. The agent is paid a percentage of the star's earnings, typically 10%. That's correct. Therefore, agents are sometimes referred to as 10%ers. There are different regulations that govern different types of agents that are established by the artist's unions and the legal jurisdiction in which the agent operates. There are also professional organizations that license talent agencies. SAG, SAG is the Screen Actors Guild, the union for professional screen actors. Now, in order to qualify for SAG, you would have to be able to have a line in an episode, have a speaking part in an episode. And it can be something as simple as thank you, yes, mom, oh no, they're not home, etc., etc. But those are the ways that you can qualify for SAG. You can't sign up for SAG. You have to qualify for SAG, okay? Just like this mentorship. Can't just sign up for it. You got to qualify. SAG, blah, 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 blah. You must have performed in a SAG film, television program, videotape, or commercial. You can also join by having worked as background on a SAG film, as long as you were paid SAG rates and worked a minimum of 3 consecutive days. Members or affiliated performers unions such as ACTRA, AEA, AFTRA, AGMA, or AGVA can also apply for membership once they have been in their union for 1 year and in good standing, paid dues, and worked at least once as a principal, lead role, or on screen or in voiceover work. Rates and benefits of being a SAG member can be found on the websites. Just go to sag.org, okay? Pay. If you're asking about motion pictures that have big production companies behind them, for example, Universal Studios, TriStar, DreamWorks, to name a few, then the money runs like this. And here we go. Celebrity actors can make $25 million for a film. Okay. Will Smith is $100 million earner, $100 million earner. I believe he that Netflix premiered that show called, it's an original Netflix film called Bright. And I heard the reviews were really bad, and being as I barely get it. If somebody did watch Bright and you liked it, let me know. Maybe I'll try to like watch it and fast forward through the boring parts. But in the meantime, hi Alan, aloha, hi. But in the meantime, yeah, I didn't watch it. But my point is, Will Smith is $100 million earner, meaning he won't take a film, he won't take a project, he won't take a script unless it's backed by $100 million for his role alone. Nuts. Celebrity actress, $20 million. Now we need to change that, gang. Why is that? Why is it that women kind of like are $5 million away from the men? I'm not cool with that. Lead actor, actress, non-famous, $30,000 to $500. That's true. Co-star, non-famous, $20,000 to $500,000. SAG. So if you're a SAG artist, these are rates that are pretty much guaranteed should you say yes to a project. Okay. Actors, $100 per day. This is very true. Non-SAG background actors, $50 to $100 per day. Well, let me just tell you, and this is not to brag. I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging, guys. I'm really, really, really not. And I don't want to brag because I don't want to invite jealousy and those kind of feelings or those kinds of clouds or shrouds around me and my family. But I want to just share with you what's available, what's possible, and the potential of you folks working on well-vetted professional films and projects that are here locally in Hawaii, at least. Okay, so you saw there that non-SAG background actors make about $50 to $100 a day. Well, I'm very, very happy to say that my daughter made 10 times that just working on for 4 hours over on the Hawaii 5-1 episode. And you know, this is real stuff. This is like I'm knocking my knuckles on, like, you hear that sound? I'm real. I mean, things like that is real. It's not just a fantasy pipe dream. It's possible for everybody. Okay. Actors are paid on a scale according to their experience and the job. As an example, an actor with no experience in a 1 to 2 line part in a movie is paid a standard flat rate of anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on the contract signed by the actor and the hiring agency. This rate is higher, however, than the extra and actors who do not speak. Larger roles, of course, get more money negotiated before production begins. The amount of money paid to leads and supporting players depend on several key factors. The production company production has with distribution and the knowns already involved. Example, when Pierce Brosnan heard that Meryl Streep was already signed to do Mamma Mia, the movie, before he even knew the offer, only because he wanted to work with Streep. Reputation draws better actors who get higher monies, and better monies draw supporters or investors. Okay. Yes, people, there's another thing called investors. Now, local people, my brothers and sisters, families and friends out there, investors, that's like a term that we don't even use enough in our vocabulary, in our everyday speech. But I want you to think of yourself as an investor, and I want you to think of your friends and family as investors as well. Because little do you know, we're surrounded by investors every single day, and we ourselves are investors as well. When you go to McDonald's, you're investing into McDonald's as a consumer. If you buy stock in McDonald's, then you're investing as an owner. Okay? So consider that for a moment, because I want all of my friends and families, even if I've never met you before, I want everybody who lives here to be able to live here. I want everyone who lives here that has kids to be able to have their kids live here, to be able to send their kids to college and enroll their kids into things that make them explode and make them proud of themselves and make them confident and be able to go out in the world and help more people. Okay? So we're investing into things every single day. Every time you pull out $1 out of your wallet and you pay somebody, you're investing. Okay? But remember, if you don't own any stock in that company, you're investing as a consumer, meaning you pay your money, you get nothing back for it. Maybe you get a cheeseburger, that's it. Okay? Can you dig? But if you're an owner of that stock, like, excuse me, my nose, my throat. If you're an owner in that stock, like Netflix, not only are you watching these films as a consumer, but now you're watching these films as an owner. Okay? Now you don't have to even start at a $500 buy-in as a stock, as an owner of a stock. You can invest at $1,000, you can invest at $5,000, and on and on and on. But that's just a real quick mana'o for each and every one of you folks to take on, because nobody teaches you this kind of stuff in regular school. I went to private school and they barely even taught this kind of stuff to me. Okay, so start thinking about that. Think of yourself as an investor. You already are an investor as mom and dad. You're enrolling your kids into football, jiu-jitsu, singing, voice lessons, whatever it may be. You're investing into your child. You're investing into your legacy. Okay. Et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so I pretty much went through the pay stuff, the pay scale. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there and hello. Wait. Oh, no. Yeah. Here we go. Hi, hello again. Hi guys. Okay, now I'm gonna just show you real fast. I pretty much have gone through. Hey. I don't know why this. Okay, there you go. I pretty much have gone through the acting parts of things. Oh, this disappeared. I don't know where it went. Help me. Help me. I don't know where my other things went. I don't know what happened to it. Excuse me. So, gang, I'm going to start opening up these files of the mentorship and what the course offers. We start in March. Okay. I mentioned last night that I can only take 10 of Hawaii's finest, okay? 10 of Hawaii's greatest, 10 of Hawaii's most serious, committed. They really, really want this. It's not just a pipe dream. They're committed and they're going to show up to class. They're going to do their work. They're going to say, yes, call me auntie. I don't like that. Like, not unless you're really my niece. Because I got like this age complex. And for all y'all moms out there who get it, thank you. But I'm just like, yeah. But anyhow, I'm going to go over this and then really quickly, and then I'm going to be bringing Carissa on. Okay. So here we go. Do you like my sound effects? I do. Hi, Charisse. Aloha. Aloha, Arlene. Thank you for logging on. Hey, Kalamaku. I have a nephew. His name is Kalamaku Ike Aloha. What's up, Soul Shutter, Kama, Fabinal, and Carly Sina. Aloha. Hi, guys. Okay, so here we are in the slides. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, aloha and welcome. That's my little intro there, but I'm going to go to like the bottom, okay? So here is tier 1. Okay, please don't pay attention to, oh yeah, well, never mind. So here's tier 1. And these are the dates: March 10th, March 11th, March 24th, April 7th, April 14th, April 28th, April 29th, and May 5th. That's just the first tier, okay? This entire mentorship I had mentioned is from March to September, okay? So each tier is about 3 months. We meet 8 times throughout that 3-month period, okay? So first things first, okay? We go over song crafting. Now, actors and models, I'm going to get to you after, but right now this is for the musicians and for the singers, okay? We go over song crafting, vocab, phrasing, titling. I do a bunch of exercises that have helped me throughout the years write my 100 songs. And it's worked for me. I've also studied and have learned under other songwriters, and I use a lot of the exercises taught to me through some of my own mentors, like Teresa Bright, Jerry Santos, love them all, John Osorio, love them all. I mean, just absolutely Hawaii and Hawaiian gold. That I've been lucky to learn from, really blessed to learn from them. So a lot of the exercises that I've done and I've learned just on my own as an artist, and also exercises that I've learned as a student of those greats that I had mentioned, I integrate those in my class, okay? We learn about body language. Okay, mom and dad, brothers and girls, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Body language is huge, okay? It's so huge of how you communicate by how well you sit, by how well you smile, how well you talk to other people. Do you know that 90% is communicated without even saying anything? When you walk into a room, when you walk into an audition, when you walk into the bank, the way that you walk and hold yourself, present yourself, your candor, that communicates more than me saying, hi, aloha, my name is Mailani. Because I could say, hi, aloha, my name is Mailani, instead of, hi, aloha, my name is Mailani. And so we do these exercises every single day, because my students not only are my students in this program, but they're going to go on and do bigger and greater things. They're going to meet people beyond this program. They're going to do things beyond my teachings at some point in time. And they better recognize that, hey, I'm still going to claim you as my student. And you need to act with aloha. You need to live aloha. You need to exude that whenever you walk into a room, whenever you get on stage. Okay. Also, the things that we wear. There's a lot of nonprofit projects that are going on throughout the States where this man is finding suits and ties and collared shirts, and he's donating them to young men, okay, in a neighborhood that's not so great. And these young boys will say, when I put a suit on, I notice that I'm being treated different. I notice I'm being treated differently when I wear a suit and tie. My husband just went to the bank the other day, and he told me, I noticed that, like, when I'm in my work clothes, when I'm in my fluorescent shirt and my dirty pants, compared to when I'm wearing an aloha shirt or when I'm wearing a suit and tie, I'm treated differently. Like, even when I go and get to eat food, when I'm ordering my food, if I'm wearing my work clothes, someone treats me a lot more different than when I'm wearing my aloha shirt. When I'm wearing my aloha shirt, people treat me really nice. People want to serve me. People want to engage. Okay. And so this is a mana'o, and this is a presence that we need to teach each other. And it's not really being taught in school. Okay. Vocal projection. Now, I love the videos that I see. Okay. I'm finding you guys. I'm scouting. I'm actively on phone saying, hey, I think you'd be a great candidate. I would love to sit down. I would love to meet you. I would love for you to audition for this mentorship. But the only thing with that is you are in front of a camera. And that's great that you're comfortable in front of a camera. But how are you in front of somebody like me? How are you in front of the public, people you don't know, strangers? How are you in a room of 50 people, 100, 1,000? How are you in a cathedral? Do you know how to project your voice when you're singing in a vaulted ceiling room compared to an outdoor park? The Kapi'olani bandstand. Those are ways in which you have to adapt and adjust your vocals to that performance. And so these are things that we teach. It's really, really great stuff. Headshots. So at the end of all of this, at the on your 8th session, we go into the headshots, because at that point in time, you've been able to do these exercises with me, and I am going to know that you can stand in front of the camera. You've already read the rules. I've already told you no red, no white, no black, et cetera, no accessories. And we're going to be able to connect with each other on the day of the shoot, and you're going to give me the best that you got. You're going to give me you, and you're going to give that camera you. And I said, hey, Mr. C, Cody Matsuda, he doesn't take junky pictures. He takes the best of the best of what you have to bring. And I believe it's going to take time to bring you from the beginning of this course to that 8th session to get you there. Okay. So even though you could probably book us for a headshot, We're busy as it is because we're dedicating our time to this program and the students in the program. I don't really know how you are in front of the camera if I don't really know you. And I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste our time. Okay? So we get into that. Second tier. Okay? Dates are Saturday, May 12th, Saturday, May 19th, Saturday, May 26th, Saturday, June 2nd, Saturday, June 9th, Saturday, June 16th, Saturday, June 30th, and Sunday, July 1st. Okay, so again, 8 sessions in a 3-month period. Give or take. We learn about the live sound operation. Okay, this is really cool stuff because nobody taught me how to run the soundboard. Do you know how many gigs I had to do with feedback? And I mean, just people in the audience covering their ears and giving me that face like, ugh. You won't have to have performances like that because we're going to teach you how to run the board. We're going to teach you how amplification works and why there's so many different knobs on the board. And what is channel 1 and what is channel 2 and what is powered and what is phantom power? What's the difference between mains and monitors, et cetera, et cetera. And so this is so huge because you can take this knowledge with you. And kids, ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted to run your own sound system one day, you would need this knowledge and information, okay? We teach about social media management and branding, okay? Your brand, you should be able to sum up your brand within 3 to 5 words. Okay. If you guys know what your brand is, hey, please comment below. I want to see 3 to 5 words. What is your brand? We teach you how to do that. Mock interviews are very important. I've been able to take my kids on the morning news. And when they ask them questions, my kids can come up with an answer like that. Okay. So we do a lot of those exercises. It sounds like, what? That's all you guys do is do mock interviews? Yeah. But I bet if you were on the morning news and you froze up and you feel really dumb, of repetition. Remember, guys, it takes a human brain 67 days to really create. And then at the end of that session, we do your demo. Okay, so you come into this beautiful studio, state-of-the-art studio. This studio has been built with so much intention, so much aloha. We're bringing you in and you are able to record either a song that you've written, so an original, something that you might want to submit to an agency or to a record label. Maybe they want to invest in you. Maybe Hot Enterprises wants to invest in you. Or maybe you can send it away, put it on SoundCloud, et cetera, et cetera. SoundCloud, not clown, sorry. And so that's what you get for tier 2, okay? I'm going to go over tier 3, and then I'm going to bring my guest, Carissa, in right after this. Okay. Tier 3 is very, very important as well, okay? We go over speech and delivery. Now, many of you, again, actors, models as well, might want to become a speaker one day, okay? Who knows Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk? I can't think of, her name is something Delgado. I can't think of her first name right now. But motivational speaker. And you can start to take on gigs as a speaker. You can learn how to do a PowerPoint presentation and do speaking engagements and get paid for that. So speech and delivery is very, very important. That posture to be able to do speech and delivery. Okay. Now, if you're going to get commercial work, print ad work, you still would need to engage speech and delivery because, hey, when you're doing these auditions and trying out for things, like I said, body language, you still need to portray that part that you're trying to fill, that part that you're trying to get so that you can get paid. Okay. Again, I said classroom, lecture hall, auditorium, theater, stage. No stage, what does that mean? No microphone, what does that mean? How are you going to do your act or your speaking engagement? With a microphone, again, 50 audience members to 500 audience members. All of those things will play a part in how you present yourself, how you present your mana'o. Okay, posture, apparel, shoes. That's all of you, like your uniform. Content. What are you going to be talking about? And these are things that you'll have to develop on your own, things that you are interested in. Okay. We do a public performance in tier 3. Very, very important. It's kind of like your graduation. It's kind of like your puka from my program. And this is really a great opportunity because you'll be able to be on stage with a professional sound system, with an audience, be it friends, family members, and the public. So a very important part of this mentorship. And it does take those amount of months for me to say, okay, I'm going to put you guys on stage. because I can't put you guys on stage and I don't know what you got. And at the very end of this tier, we do a live performance video. Okay, so Mr. C, Kori Matsuda of CM Digital Media Hawaii, he will be able to video you on either a song, original that you've created and written for yourself. We can co-write it together too. I've done that as well with some of my students. Some really good stuff. Or you can record a cover. Now, covers will still play towards your advantage. So don't think that, oh, what if I'm not a good songwriter? And all I can come up with is a cover. Believe me, I'm 37 years old. There's a plethora of great covers that no one has ever really heard. I mean, Malino, they've recorded covers. What is that song? Touch me, hug me, squeeze me. Yeah, love me, touch me, squeeze me, something like that. That's the cover too. Who's the original? Yeah, Journey. Even Ekolu did a cover from Fleetwood Mac. And so covers are great. I have a lot of covers that if you're not strong in your songwriting area, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Now, without further ado, I'd love to bring in Carissa so that she can kind of share for you how old she is, what she started, what she was like when she started, and how her journey has been. So you'll get to hear from a student of my own, and I'm just so excited for you guys to meet her. So one moment. Chotomate. Chotomate, need to put aside. Hi, come honey. You can close the door behind you. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, gang. So you're going to sit right here. Okay, so go ahead and do your introduction, like how you've been practicing all these months. And like, I just basically called Carissa today and I was like, hey, do you want to join me on my webinar tonight? It's going to start in like 3 hours. You guys want to drive all the way out to Kahalu'u? And, you know, she's so committed and dedicated. And so is her mom. And that's another thing. I can't do this without the students, but especially without the parents and without their support. So mahalo nui to Tessie, to Carissa's mom. So here's Carissa.
Okay. Aloha. My name is Carissa Shinozawa. I'm 12 years old, and I go to Pearl City Intermediate, or Pearl City Highlands Intermediate, and I joined this program because I really wanted to kind of just get out of my shell more and just learn more of the basics of music. And
yeah. And so the cute thing about Carissa is when she just started, she was super, super shy. Like, I can't even believe, like, she's totally bloomed overnight. Now, when did you start?
I started singing when I was 5 years old, and I've been doing it for 7 years now.
Yeah. And then you started this program when? I can't even remember.
A year ago?
A year ago. Just a year ago. And she's already enrolled into another year, another tier of the program. She recorded and wrote her own original song called Light Through the Darkness. And I love this song, especially like for so many different reasons. But, oh, shucks. My Instagram went out. I don't know if you want to help me with that. Oh yeah, because it's only like half an hour out. Okay, here we go. But she wrote this beautiful, and I love this song for so many reasons. That goes on in school, and I'm not again, but hey, who wouldn't want to jump on that? Like, I hate it. Wherever you are, stop bullying the mean guy. Stop making fun of other people. Like, you don't know what it's like for them. They go home and they feel so bad. So don't bully them anymore, right? So just to let you guys know, Carissa wrote this, and I thought that it connected really, really well with people who might be going through bullying, and also people who are probably doing the bullying themselves. You want to talk about that song?
Yeah. So when I wrote the song, I wanted to send a message to them when I sang it, because I wanted to let them know that in this song, it's about you have like your good and bad times, to be honest. And sometimes they're really bad and just don't work out. But just like there's always a happiness at the end of the road, and it's kind of like, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I just realized my YouTube. So sorry, YouTube people. Thank you for hanging in there. I'm going to show you guys who Carissa is. Come on. Come on. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, here we are. There we are. Sorry. Technology.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, there you go. Hi, guys. Okay, and so you were mentioning that you just wanted to write a song about your experiences and,
Yeah.
you know, how it is to like be with your friends and have a good time, and that enjoyment of being with your friends, how that can shine through everything else that you're going through. Why don't you talk about your brother as well, Rylan, because he helped you with this song.
So when I first wrote this song, I kind of wanted my brother to actually help me on this, and I was so glad he did, because it kind of a little more of what I could have added more or something to the song. Enjoyed working with my brother because it's my first song with him, basically. And it was really fun.
Great. Yeah, Rylan came in here, and if you guys want, please follow her. Her name is Carissa Shinozawa. That's Caryssa, Shinozawa, Shinozawa. Carissa Shinozawa Music, and you can just look for her videos, and you can find her video of this song. And even from that video to tonight, she's grown. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna also be having a live concert take place in the month of February at this really cool new Hawaiian entrepreneurial place called Kawai Vai. It's known as Kawai Vai Collective. You can find them on Instagram, Kawai Vai Collective. You can Google them, find them over on Facebook as well. But we're going to be having a live performance with all of the students from this session, and they're going to be sharing with you their music. They're going to be sharing with you who they are. Okay. What else would you like to add, though, about the program? What you like best about it?
Something that I really like best about the Mailani Hawaii mentorship program was that it kind of just really brings out like more of me than I would usually do. It brought me out of my shell, and it kind of just helps along the way in the business of music. And yeah.
Krista mentioned that she's been singing since she was about 5. Yeah. Can you please list the different competitions you attended? And
I've attended I've done the Disendat Media from Cutmaster Spaz, and I believe that was all.
Oh, what about Alamoana?
Alamoana isn't really a competition, but I take this other music class from my music instructor, my Maria, and she puts us out and kind of just lets us sing to get out of our shell and have more comfort in being in front of people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very big deal, is being able to expose yourself to different public performances, because I mentioned, I see a lot of kids on Instagram or Facebook, and they're doing the videos, and they're singing or they're playing their ukulele, which is great. I think it's awesome. I want to encourage more of that. And at the same time, I want to see people perform publicly and locally and see what you have there. I mean, how do you hold an audience for more than 5 minutes? How do you share your story with them before and after a song? And so these are things that we teach. Chris has been able to do that time and time again. And I'm really looking forward to the February 17th performance. So yeah, thank you for being a student, a lifelong student of mine. And I'm just so proud of you, because you really have come out of your shell. Miss Milkett, Miss Lei, who's your teacher for Kumom.
Yes.
I had a great lunch with her a few months back, and she mentioned that when she found out that you were in the mentorship and that you sing and perform, she told me, she's like, I didn't even know that about her, because she's so shy. And I told her, no, you should see her now. And she said, yeah, she's coming out of her shell. And so moms and dads, if you have a kid that might have an inkling that wants something a little bit more, and he or she is a little shy, believe me, I'm gonna take that shy kid and I'm gonna throw them in the ocean. I'm gonna throw them in the water and teach them how to swim. But I'm really, really proud of you. Any other closing thoughts that you might want to add? What are your favorite exercises that we do?
My favorite exercise is when we just have our own time, when you let us choose what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we kind of just learn from others' experience or what they do to warm up their voices.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the vocal exercises. I like when I like kind of choose different leaders and have you guys, okay, it's your turn to warm up the class. And that's what I do too, because after a while in the class, it's like, okay, we've had all these classes. It's not my job to warm you guys up anymore. Like, you know what the warm up is. Carissa, your turn to be the leader. And I like putting these kids in the leader's shoes, because it's not always about me having to teach. Oftentimes, like in the Hawaiian word, uh-oh means to teach, but it also means to learn. And so how are we developing our next generation of leaders if we're not putting them in the pilot seat, right? My favorite exercise of having you guys do is the copycat exercise, where like you're all standing in a line, and then whoever does this, whether it's sing a song or act a certain part, then they have to mirror that, and then it goes down the line. So they have to mirror that and then create their own, and then it goes down the line like a domino effect. And that's like one of my favorite exercises, because I see a lot of growth every single time we do that exercise from every single student that's ever been in part of the program. So I like that because it's fun. It gets people out of their persona of who they think that they are. I mean, the ego is a funny thing. We think that we think we're this person. And that's the joy of this program. And that's the joy of also being an actor, is that you're so much more than just this one thing. And so that's what I like about that exercise. Why don't you talk about the parade? We had a fun time with the parade.
Yes. So we did a parade, and it was in Kaneohe?
Yep. Kaneohe Parade. Yep.
And we got together and we basically made a float in one night.
In one night. That's right.
And we kind of stayed there till like all the way from what?
We were there at 5, and then I think we finished at about 9 o'clock. So we did it for 4 hours is not bad. Like, you guys were out of there before 10 o'clock. I know that. But we did like a bunch of tea leaf, and it was a 33-foot truck or something like that. You guys did a really great job. Everybody worked hard. Like, everybody worked hard. I'm like, do I want to do it again next year? Yeah, probably. It'll be a lot of work, but who cares? It was fun. Now, please talk about, so you mentioned the hard work and the prep. Talk about the actual performance on the float.
So on the actual performance, we sang about 3 songs, which was That's Christmas to Me from Pentatonics, Christmas Luau, and Melikaliki Maka. And we basically were on the float, and we got to ride around all the way to Castle High School. And we got to sing like our hearts out, basically, and just make a lot of people smile. And it was really awesome for that experience.
Yeah, I loved it. You guys sang your loop, and I mean, you got to tell everybody Merry Christmas and hi, and it was just wonderful. Okay, well, you got a couple more minutes. Any closing thoughts? It's all you. The microphone's yours.
Yeah, actually, I want to kind of just like say that follow your heart. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. Follow what you want to do. Go and follow your path. And,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. I really am so proud of her. You guys, like, she's completely bloomed in just a year. And she's only 12. She's got so much more to do, and she's got like so much more to go. But, if there's any wish I had, I wish I had started younger. I started at 16, so she got me beat already. All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to close up here, and don't leave yet, because I want to make sure I get my hug and kiss before you guys go. Okay. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mwah. Thank you for joining me. All right. I'm going to be closing up. I'm going to be doing my closing thoughts real fast, guys. Now, if this is something that you want to get involved in, something that you think that your child is really serious about, and you see them growing, but they're growing by themselves. Remember, when you have a coach or a mentor, you grow quicker, okay? What do Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, and I can't think of the third, Oprah Winfrey have in common? I'll tell you what they have in common. They all had a coach, have a coach. And that coach's name is Tony Robbins, okay? So if you want to grow on your own, hey, honest to God, God bless you. I wish you well. I'll be here to answer questions as much as I can. But you might as well take this course, dedicate 6 months of your life to this craft, to yourself, and change. Your life will change. You will change. You will grow. And the beauty of learning these kinds of things alongside of classmates that are interested like you are and that have this aloha for each other is that you're going to grow even more. You're going to grow even quicker. You're just going to explode. And I want to see that. I want to be able to give that. I want to give that to you. So, yes, you saw the prices. The prices are actually wrong. It says $1,200. Those are my prices from last year, and they've had to since increase. But I do work out payment plans. Please leave for me your phone number and your email. I'm happy to get in contact with you as soon as possible. Name a place and time. I'll meet you face to face, and or we can do this as well. We can do FaceTime. I'm happy to send you over to the website, mailanihawaii.com. You can fill out whatever you need to fill out. If you need to think about it a little bit more, call me or let me call you. What can I do to help you make your decision a little bit easier? I mentioned my success stories. I have 2 students that are going to be moving to LA. They recently got signed to a New York and LA agency. I have another student who's going to be graduating from high school this summer, early summer, and she's actually going to be moving to Azusa, California, and she'll be trying out for a bunch of castings there. Okay. I have a student right now who's in Japan. He's in Japan right now, touring and performing, and he went on to the Mele program over at Honolulu Community College. Okay. So there's an endless amount of opportunities for you that are available, and I'm going to be here as your coach, as your mentor, to walk you through these things. Those prices that you saw up there are per tier. Okay. I mentioned to you earlier that I paid $800 for 3 looks for my daughter to get her photographed by a professional photographer. She was photographed by a magazine editor for Vogue, and $800 was nothing compared to a photographer like that. Okay. With a hair and makeup person. Okay. So that price point that you see, it's actually $1,500, not $1,200, but I do work on payment plans. That price is nothing. You're getting so much in these 3 months that you can't really find anywhere else. And I mean that. Trust me, I've looked. Trust me, I've paid more. I've paid more for my daughter. So you're hearing from someone who's actually, I've paid $1 or $2, a lot more than you're paying right now for me. And you'd be getting a lot more from this program. Hey, I'm well connected in the industry. I want to make a huge shout out to my dear friend Keiki, and cousin actually, Keiki Hall, who's she's a top model Hawaii executive. So anybody who's interested in modeling, Paul Fisher is coming to Hawaii in a week. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in modeling, make sure you're eating right. Even if it's New Year's Eve, make sure you're eating right. I would love for you to get in front of Paul Fisher. He's looking for Hawaii talent. He's looking for Hawaii models. She was going to try to become a guest on the show, but she's doing a goodwill project tonight. She's feeding the homeless right now. She's feeding the homeless in town. And so she can't make it. She's a beautiful mom of 3. She's got to get home to her family. And so I just want to say a huge aloha to her. Hang in there with me, though. Keep following. Subscribe to this channel. She will be a guest on my show in the future, and you'll get to hear from her own lips of what her experience has been helping Hawaii talent in the area of modeling. But again, I mean, there's so many things going on. And last but not least, myself and some of my students are going to Los Angeles together. Okay. So have you ever wanted to go to LA? Have you ever wanted to be casted and meet casting directors, meet music influencers, meet people that have won Tony Awards and Emmys, meet people who created videos for artists like Rihanna, Beyonce? I mean, I have. Have you ever wanted to try out for an agency and see if you can get signed there so that you can come back and get work? So that's what we're all doing in the month of June. And again, I'm happy to share all of this information with you. This is real. This is happening. Students of mine are already getting signed and they're moving. They're leaving Hawaii. Now, that's the thing. When you live in Hawaii, you never really leave. Hawaii is always going to be home. And these students of mine, they're going to just do the fly back and forth thing. Kea Piahu, that beautiful little girl who was on the Ellen Show, she flies back and forth with her mom, Sonoy. Okay, and so it's very possible. Hawaii people are doing it right now. Hawaii people are and can do this. So don't think that it's a far-fetched dream. But you got to work, guys. You have to prepare yourself. If that's what you want, you still got to do the work. You still have to get your headshots no matter what. That's like a given. You need to have a headshot. Don't even walk into an audition. Don't even waste your time. Don't waste their time walking into an audition without your bio, without your resume, without your headshots. because you're just wasting everybody's time. You got to do the legwork. All right. So without further ado, please leave me your comments. Please get in touch with me. I want to know where you are at. Hey, I'm a Hawaiian girl. I'm a local girl. I'm always willing to help and find avenues to help families with tuition. Okay. People ask, why is it tuition? I don't want to pay. Hey, guess what? 3 people to pay, I will give you your tuition free. So if you can bring in 3 students, I've never done this before, but I'm on the call right now. If you can bring in 3, and enrollment closes, by the way, enrollment closes in the middle of February. But if you can bring in 3 students that are going to pay the tuition, then you'll get yours absolutely free. Okay. And the reason for that is because this 3-person team right here, we give the best of what we got to the 10 people. Anything more, the work will start to suffer. Okay. This is a tight ship that we run. You get everything within a 6-month period. Okay. You get your headshots at the end of the 3 months. You get your demo at the end of the 3 months. You get your video at the end of the 3 months. If you want to come in and shoot a reel, that's fine. But I don't just take anybody. I cannot. And this tuition isn't about you paying us to do this work. It's also about you paying us to not work on anyone else, because you have 100% commitment from us 3 people. And that's a big deal. Okay, I mentioned Adele last night. Before Adele came out on the scene, before she released her first album, I knew what Adele looked like. I don't know if videos exist of her prior to her being Adele at 19, releasing her first album, but I had been a follower and a fan of hers before she hit it big. And she did not look as beautiful as she looks now. She did not look great. Her hair was in a bun. She would sit on a bench, on a high stool. I mean, the kind of clothes that she was wearing, she even was wearing like these flats or Crocs. I mean, it did not look good. Okay. But now what is she? She is a bombastic, beautiful woman of peace and love. She sings about peace and love. And she has the beautiful big curls, the nice eyeliner, the big lashes. She's always in like these dark fall colors, but she has these light pink lips. I mean, she's got a team. And that's what you're getting out of this mentorship. You're getting a team of people. You're not just getting me. You're getting myself, Mr. C, Kau'i Deliri. 3 people dedicated to your potential and your upcoming career. And that's a big deal. So yeah, you're going to have to pay for that. Sorry, we don't run a charity. But if you really, really do not have the money and you really, really want this, then recruit 3 people that are willing to pay the tuition and we'll talk. All right. So again, phone numbers, emails. I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to meet with you. You guys take care. God bless you. It's the new year. Make a decision. Take a chance on yourself. And aloha.